of course, we're talking about the Ohio State game on the road in Columbus.
Yeah.
At the Shoe was going to be at Autzen Stadium. That game missed, so it only makes sense. And somebody asked me this on the phone the other night in a call-in show. Why are we missing that game? Well, it only makes sense. You skip the year. You don't want to be shuffling a schedule and moving it on down the road. But have we heard anything about what's going to happen with the game that should have been played at Autzen Stadium?
Yeah, I think they said the next time they can revisit it, or the next time they have a room is like 2035 or something. It's going to be a ways out. Everybody is scheduled so far out, and it could be a situation. They've said both that could be. Sometimes teams will drop out, and you'll have an open spot, and then maybe you could be that team that you could go and start the year at Jerry's World or whatever. That might happen, but it's not the home and home we wanted. And it's not the home and home I think college football wants. I think going forward, the home and home really provides a lot for us. It gives us a lot of storylines. It connects the dots, even if it's disconnected by 1 year. I really like it back to back, though. It gives a lot of different storylines, and this was going to be such a humongous game, obviously, for the Ducks. We are just hoping to stay in the game, if you're being realistic. I think there are Duck fans out there that think the Ducks are going to win every game, but just being realistic, Ohio State is one of the best of the best. They're like the Yankees, right? They're always the top tier. And that was just going to be such a huge game to be a showcase of Autzen. Be able to really try to do our best to represent the Pac-12. Pac-12 needs it right now. And it was just going to be a showcase game. I thought coming off a Rose Bowl win, having the guys on the team that they had, looking forward to that game, could have been a game that you would have hung with them. Maybe not win that game, but at least make it really interesting. This one is intriguing to me. I think going out there, anything can happen, obviously. I tend to think it's about 70-30 Ohio State to us, but if the Ducks can get out there and stay with it, maybe some turnovers late, you be within a striking distance, anything can happen. But I really respect Ohio State. I've been to the Rose Bowl when we played them in 2010. I was at the national championship when we played them 2015. And, there are fringe fans that are a little bit more intense or a little bit not as nice as others. But there's a lot of really quality people, a lot of really quality fans at Ohio State. And they represent college football to the fullest. So we're excited to play that game.
I'm sure word has made its way from Columbus out to Eugene, though, that Ohio State's about as inexperienced as they can be coming into this season. So they've got certain units on the field that are really up in the air, starting with that quarterback position. For the first time in 50 years, there is not a player on the roster who has thrown a pass in college football. Now, they're all really talented, of course, but they're inexperienced.
It's going to be interesting. They'll get that first week, and same with the Ducks. And I tend to think this is why this year is going to be so exciting. Ohio State on paper, it feels like has the edge, and that's why you play the game. And Oregon's got a lot going for it. I think Oregon's got, if they can stay healthy through this offseason and really start off with all their bells and whistles on their offense, I think they can do some pretty good things. It's just whether or not the Oregon's defense is going to be able to hang with Ohio State's offense. And if Oregon can stay in this game, I would be very excited to see early on. Like I said, if Oregon beats Ohio State, it's going to be headline news. If Ohio State wins, then it's going to be just what it's expected, right? So I think the bigger picture is to just kind of say, hey, we want to play these games and, let the chips fall where they may, and it's going to be beneficial to your team in the long run. There's a lot of people who kind of make that argument. Should you play these games or not? Should you try to just go and win every game? Should you have Stony Brook 3 different times on your schedule? And versus people who really want to see good action. And it's a gift for season ticket holders to be able to have a team like Ohio State come to town. Obviously, it didn't happen, but it's going to be a great situation for Ohio State fans to see Oregon come to town.